By the shore, yeah, right at the edge. Right under the very edge of the ice. Here they are, the bites. Come on, come on, come on, yes. Great. Oh my, right at the very edge. The tape, it's starting up. It needs to get more interesting. We've got a lot of anglers out here. They say it's great to catch fish right now with maggots. Where to go? Roach, right. The main thing is that it doesn't come off the hook. So the fishing starts with me pulling the ambulance now. The car is stuck. Here it is, guys, I pulled it. Look, I pulled it out, pulled it out, pulled it out. Got it. I pulled it. Great, we managed to do this together. I'll drive a little more now, okay? Just a little bit, he tells me. I'm getting there. Good. Yeah, enough, 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 enough. That's it. Let's just get it there. Put it in place. Good. But damn, otherwise, friends, if it weren't for me, who would help with the beer? No one else. It's all messed up. Soon it won't be able to get through anywhere. It's terrible, basically, poor people. Just imagine someone is waiting, and the car just can't get there because it's completely stuck. Exactly. Here he slipped away. There he is. A pit, so to speak. Yeah. Where's the fish? Here we are. We've made it to the river. Friends, as you can tell, I'm out here today with my summer gear. Today we're going to kick off the float fishing season. The river has already thawed quite a bit, but the most important thing is how the birds are singing. Friends, it's so spring-like. The tits are already singing, and you can really feel that spring is here. In my hands, I have a 7-meter rod. It's a flagship in the float fishing world. A 7-meter pro pole. Now we're going to mix up some bait. Let's take the platform and sit in this little cove. I think some roach should definitely be biting by now. You know, I can't even believe that I literally did this 2-3 weeks ago. I was running around there fishing with a tip up, and now everything has already melted. Completely melted. Just like this little cove. We're going to fish over there. I specifically brought a 7-meter pole today to cast over the edge of the ice. I anticipated this, that there would be ice somewhere from the shore, right? And to cast further out there, you really need a 7-meter rod up top. The trees allow us to do this. So we're going to fish, and we'll try to find a comfortable spot to set up. I brought a mini platform, and we'll set it up right here. Now we're going to fish. With the pole, it's going to be great. I just love my mini platform. I've been fishing, but with it using a feeder and pole rods. I always feel very comfortable and at ease. It has 4 legs that can be adjusted for length. It can be built absolutely, friends, under any slope, under any bank. Because we have 4 points of support. And so we adjust everything as needed. Plus there's also some additional gear. It's a small table that you can attach, a tray for bait and a feeder arm. This loud name feeder arm refers to this thing that it simply attaches like a holder for our rod. You can put the feeder here, float tackle, anything you have. Let's keep setting up our spot. Inside I have, of course, a cloth, feeder tackle, and this rod holder. We thread it in here like this and screw it on. By the thread? Whoa! I just thought maybe on the ice. You can sit here, but it holds from the edge, and further already, nothing. It just keeps moving. I don't want to fall through on the very first day of fishing. I think that in just about a week, everything here will completely thaw, and it will be possible to fish both with a feeder and with a float, right here at my favorite spot. Well, right now we have to choose those spots where the water is at least somewhat open, where it exists, flowing, where we have oxygen, because the fish are coming out now. I think that either platy or rudd will bite into the wiring. One of these fish has to bite for sure. Here's this wonderful rod I have, 7 meters long. Awesome! Yeah, there are branches here. I'll be brushing against them sometimes. But friends, I took a 7-meter rod. I didn't know how far the ice is from the shore, to see how far I could cast to reach the open water. First, let's mix up some bait. Today, the bait will be garlic flavored. In spring, in my opinion, garlic bait attracts fish the best. It doesn't have to be just roach. It could be bream or anything else, because of the light smell of garlic. In spring, it activates the fish. It works as an activator for the bite. Right now, I have this little bucket. I'll attach a rope to it and try to scoop up some water and throw it. Let's carefully step onto the ice. Let's unwind some more rope. And we'll cast it out there to the open water. We need to scoop it up properly. Great, and we scooped some up. We broke the edge. Oh, well, there's something there. Now we're going to break it. Oh, this will be enough for us. The only rule in spring that I want to tell you guys is don't try to bait just one spot. Bait several spots, like one here. We'll bait here, and we'll bait over there, somewhere to the right by the reeds, because we don't know where the fish will be. It could show up here or over there. You see, if there's a chance, it's better to bait several different spots. Look, the swans have arrived, right? What a beauty. That's exactly where we're going to fish now. And look at those beauties. The float, guys. The float. Today I'm going to use 3 grams. Ideally it would be 1-2 grams, but since they promised wind today, quite a windy weather, yeah, I just won't be able to handle a light float. The water has already opened up for them. They're comfortable swimming now. There's plenty of space. Yeah, beauties. So I'm going to cast the rod first. See how things are here, if it's comfortable or not. I should be fine, and I'll bait here, and I'll bait further over there. One more spot, so everything is perfect for us, so the fish like it, and we like it too. There is quite a small depth here, and the mast can easily get further there. And fish. Well, we can add a little more, but I think it's great. It will be visible. Everything is great for us now. I made it. A bit dry, so that the bait would cloud up. And we cast right under our float. We don't need to bait too much right now since it's spring. In spring, I don't throw in a lot of bait, just a couple of balls. Well, of course, the second spot, how could we do without it? It's going to be somewhere over there, further out, right at the edge. Closer. Somewhere like this. As for the bait, in my opinion, the best is bloodworm. Bloodworm is a bait, right? Because it's of animal origin. Here's a nice red bloodworm. Well, here we have the bait on the hook. And we send it out. The first one, so to speak, is in. We send it out and watch the float. As I said, we're fishing today with a light retrieve. So we'll see how it behaves. So, there it is, guys. There's someone. Look, it's right under the ledge, see? It bit. How do I get it out? Oh man, it's at the very edge. Look, it's pulling. Oh my, right at the very edge, look. He's starting. Ah, you are such a... I'm going to unload on the ice now. And drag it on the ice. We'll just have you come closer to us. Good looking, come here. Here's a nice one. Who do we have here? A bream, right? This is quite a nice bream. No, I think we have a good start here. There's a fish. Where should I put it? I brought a keep net, but I won't be able to throw it here. Should I take it to the can? Maybe we should put it in the can. Let's put it in the can, or in a bucket. Where should we put the fish? Here's a nice bream caught on a float. I think it's great. It's starting to snow a little and we're fishing. My advice to you is this. Make sure to rebait the maggots every time. Absolutely. Because the fish are very picky right now. And your bait needs to be just perfect so that you get bites constantly. Therefore, even if it is whole after the bite, still hook a new one and cast it. Then you'll have good bites, and everything will be just great if you keep changing your bait. So you should have plenty of maggots on hand. It's working. It's working. And it pulled, right? Yeah, it sank. It sank. Let's slowly move to the edge. Where are you, fish? And these ones... So you're right here at the edge, huh? You're splashing around, buddy. We'll be out of there now. Try to pull it out, you see? The fishing line is thin. The leash gets caught on the edge. Here you need to get the parryfish. Just shake it a little with the rod. Overeat. Pull you over here. Well, our Flying Dutchman, just like this. There's another little one. I think I'm getting bigger, right? Or the same kind of bream. It's unclear. Let's take a look now. So, we have the first bream. About this size. Yeah, this one might even be a little smaller than the first one. The float is moving. Is there someone with us? Where is she? Oh look, there she is. Wow, what a catch. So what is it that you're getting caught on at the edge? We can't get it out from behind the ice. Look what kind of roach it is, or ruddy. Looks like a roach. The main thing is to cast it onto the ice. We cast it out, and I'm going to pull it in. Over here, come to us. Yes. Nice, I'm starting to like this kind of fishing too. It's actually quite interesting. 1, 2. Roach, winter truth behind the tree, there is a blackfish. Damn. This is what I found. It's really inconvenient. A nice roach. What a beautiful fish. This is a roach. Look at how they are, the scales, the eyes. What kind of... As I told you, it changes the model too. And more often, even though it's cold, my hands are freezing, guys, but we really need to change it. I'm telling you, the bait is really important. It always needs to be new and good. It's starting to snow now. It's gotten a bit quiet. Casting and casting, but nothing's biting. And then literally right after I baited, I cast it out, and immediately on the second or third cast, it bit. There's also something in float fishing called the fishing tempo, meaning how long to wait at one spot. Here we are fishing with a float, meaning on the bottom. My bait isn't on the bottom, it's just a few centimeters above the bottom, just swimming by. So how often should we recast? What's interesting is that the bites happen almost right under the edge of the ice. Here's the ice and there's the float. If it's biting, then closer, I'm telling you. To the ice. I tried casting further out there. There, nothing was really biting. Whoa, and here it's closer and everything's happening right away. And everything gets more interesting right away. It's happening. What kind of snow is falling? Look, a light bite. Do you see it? It's barely there, but someone is trying to nibble at it. Sometimes the fish will come up and start nibbling a little like this. To feel it with touches. It's nibbling. Sometimes it bites or it's just a nibble. Yes. It didn't come off. It's gotten a bit quiet over there, so I'll try here, where I fed, to make a caster. Come on, fish, bite. I need to add a bit more depth here. Now, we'll adjust it and see how it goes. There's definitely a lot of trash here. A branch, some kind of stick. But here you can lay down the rod, right like that, on the ice. Right on the ice and watch the float. Yeah, the depth here is much greater. We've got a couple of meters of depth here. It's easy, even... I'm looking, there's a current here, a bit less than over there. So the float is making the retrieve here. A light one. Calm. If I had a rod shorter than 7 meters, I wouldn't be able to cast beyond the edge of the ice. But with a long one, it's just perfect to work here. Whoa. 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 Look at the bream that bit. Look at that. Look at the bream that bit, huh? Nice, right? Nice. Now let's try to get it out of there if we can. Maybe I won't be able to get the fin out or something. Anox, come out. Oh, you don't want to. Man, it's the worst to fish at the edge of the ice in those years too, when I'm fishing. I just couldn't catch any fish. Had a lot of bites that got away. And there was a rock there. It's lying there, you can see the kids through it. And a branch. It got tangled up sharply. The fish is sitting, damn it. Or maybe they're all sitting. Come on. Come on, baby, help us a little. Help me with mine, let's help with your tail. He doesn't want to imagine the saliva, you. Yes, we're going to go around like this and try to get it out. Come on, I'm going to go right in. What the hell, too? Who is this? Quiet. They've been wiped out, I can't tell the bream anymore. Here it is, my ice is cracking. It needs to be more interesting already. We had a funny time, so another tramp. Come on, what do we have here, Ghost? And Latvinka, yes. And bream, did they steal something? Here's the bream, and this buddy is just great. And this buddy... everything's great. The water is icy. Icy, you can't even describe it, guys. You always have to take a rag. I once forgot to bring a cloth to the fishing trip, and my hands got so cold that they almost froze. After the fish, there's slime. Yeah, and we know how it is when you're outside. Zero. -1, like right now, this kind of weather really freezes your hands. It is very interesting to watch the float when the snowball falls. Still, it's beautiful, very... season opening, that's how it is for us. Float fishing? Yes. It's slowly happening, someone is trying. There are a few light touches. How it doesn't really bite at all. Look, here it is. Dub, let there is... Yeah, who do we have here? Oh, it's going pretty well. What the heck, it's pulling, oh my gosh. Come here. A roach. The main thing is not to let it slip off the hook, guide it over the branch and bring it here. Great. It's gotten a bit quiet for now during the bite. I want to tell you that this spot is really interesting in itself. I don't know, probably, even after today's video, local fishermen will come here. When they see that the fish have started biting. Bite. I won't sit here again next time. And these little openings like these at the beginning of spring, they are always very interesting and promising because the fish, as a rule, hides near the ice, along the edges of the ice, and comes out to bite right along that perimeter. This happens very often. I wanted to talk about the first float, the first bobber. Look at that, a nice float. It's going now. Oh, I pulled it out a bit, right? Look, it's biting. It's going. Got it. Got it. Who's there? Oh, guys. Oh, there's someone good over there, damn. Where is it? I can't. There it is. What a fish, look at that. I immediately pulled it out near the stump. Oh my, quiet. Now we're going to try to pull you over here. Come here, our pretty one. Yeah, you're like a real bull, I'd say. Look at that one. Wow. Good. A great start to the season. That's a nice roach. You can't say anything. We have one more fish. Now we'll take it to all the others. It was easier to grab a bucket than to walk around with the fish. Yeah. By the way, we should not just grab a bucket, but check this spot, because it might have rested. Maybe the bite has started here. And this one, as always, already left with Lenta 1, and he's almost done for... Wow, look how many of you are here. It has come, just look at that. And we're fishing slowly with a float. They come here. Many fishermen say that it's great to catch right now. A lot of people are talking about using maggots. Come on, catch some seryoga. With maggots, there will be a bite, and there will be roach and everything else. I want to say that, in my opinion, it's still too early to fish with maggots, because the fish haven't gotten used to baits like maggots and big larvae. So the bite will be weak. I always fish with bloodworms in the fall, spring, and even up until May, as long as I can buy them, as long as they're available. I always take bloodworms, and the bite is good. I hook 4 or 5 bloodworms, and maybe 1 maggot. Even in the summer, I catch bream like this. And the roach is biting really well for me, and bloodworms are just bloodworms. Just like that. You can always catch a lot of fish with bloodworms. So guys, if you have the chance to buy bloodworms, definitely get some. Definitely without bloodworms. Let's just say your fishing won't be nearly as interesting with that fish. He pulls out a bucket for us. Wants to constantly come out alive. Don't you look at Noyes. What about the fish we have with you? So, the roach has always been the most lively and active. And as for the bites, yeah, it seems to be biting, but I just can't figure it out. The camera can't see. Now I'll try to show you. The selection, the video is rolling. Look under the ice, under the ice, under the ice, under the ice. It's going under. There are some guys. Damn. Look, there it is. Where are you going under the ice? I wanted to catch that. What a quick little one. Here's a nice roach. The liveliest one. I just mentioned it and it bit right away. Let's make a cast here and see what happens. Will this be something for us? Fish, little fish. Here's a little life hack from me. When I cast, I always point the rod at the float, so then it's not visually hard to track it. If I turn away, facing somewhere else, it's easier to find it right away, just like that. And when my float is moving, I guide it just like that. Here's a little with the rod. Because after all, you know yourself, everyone is different when it comes to fishing. Someone called, something knocked, or maybe something flew in. You just watch, and then suddenly, bam, a bite, right? You turn around, and it's really hard to find the float quickly, especially if there are several of them. When you point the rod like this, with the tip at the float, it's much easier. This is a simple, you could say amateur tip, but still, a tip, I think, because there's nothing unnecessary in conversations about fishing, right? It's better to repeat everything 100 times, tell it, and then it will be easier for you. And I always feel happy when you write comments. You write a lot of nice comments to me, friends. It really makes me happy, truly. When I read them, well, to me, it inspires me to go fishing again. I wouldn't even go if you didn't have such nice things to say about it all. I wouldn't go out like this in winter. I wouldn't freeze myself. How to say hands, legs, butt, right? And when I realize that you really like it, and the content that I create, it warms my heart and I immediately feel good inside, warm, and I want to go the next day to shoot something for you again. So, thank you very much. It really makes me happy to know that. Okay, he left. The little one left. Who's there? Nox. We washed Devitt like a roach. Come on to the ice, good job. Clever girl, you climbed in yourself. Good job. So, roach is always our most lively, no? Or fish, it can bite. Carefully. So, dub then lead, or just take the lead of the white bream. It is generally necessary. I missed the stock. Damn, bream is really the most sluggish, I said. Although, in my opinion, bream can bite well, really actively, and can fight very hard. Yes, when you pull in the fall, like in September when they're really feeding, and in the spring, by the way, closer to May, when they're also feeding in the spring, there's both spring and fall feeding. Yes, and then fish. Eats up just generally and super actively, and the roach guys are very healthy in our region. Before spawning, it bites in the middle of March, I noticed. In the middle of March, just big roaches are biting like that. And it's just awesome. I caught over 100 fish in one feeder fishing trip. So I was fishing for about 5 to 6 hours with just one feeder with one rod. More than 100 roaches. Right before spawning, I could catch them during this wild bite. Look, there they are again. The beauties have come out. Swans are swimming over there. Rod, I wanted to say a few words to you. Friends, for its price category. And it's 7 meters long. It's quite light. I like this rod. I've been fishing with it quite a lot already. About 4 years. I've already fished with it. I've caught it at the reservoir and everywhere. So I can even hold it with one hand like this at the edge. It's free. Look, they're flying over. You see, they flew by. Some are swimming, others are flying. The beauty on the river. Spring. All these patches of ice that are left will melt away in a week. Everywhere there will be open water. In short, I don't like it when the fish aren't biting for a long time. Let's go to the second spot now, and I'll tell you the story of how I became a two-spot fisherman, because they usually say it's better not to change spots, to fish from the same place for a while. In general, I don't want the fish to come running back and forth. Yes. And all that, friends, I completely agree with this. And I support you on that. Sitting in one spot is much more pleasant than running around. But in winter, we fish from several holes, keeping a distance of about 5 to 10 meters between them, right? One hole. Let's say, in winter, when we're fishing here, we have 2, and over there we have 3, then we take turns moving around. The same applies to both the float and the feeder. The fish gets tired in one spot. Maybe a predator came and scared it away. Or maybe something didn't suit it, who knows. That's why you need to change spots. A little bit here, a little bit there. Or move around if the conditions allow you. Well, of course, fish are much more active in warm water than in winter. And there's no point in running around. You can fish from one spot, sit down, feed the fish, and wait. By the shore? Yes, right under the edge. Right under the edge of the ice, there are the bites. Come on, come on, come on, come on, got one. Wow, look at that. There's someone decent, guys. Yeah, definitely someone. Not bad. Oh, a nice roach. Where? Oh no, that's not a roach, that's that again. I'm stuck, I can't lift it up. Really, I can't, I need him. Drop it and it starts swimming. It's getting caught on the ice. Constantly, with its fins. Oh, there is. Come here. Here, there is baby them. There's grass here. Let's get even closer. I wanted to film and show this little guy nicely. Yes. It's just that it's uncomfortable with a handheld camera. And look, it's already sinking under the weight here. You step on it, and that's it. Good, little guy. +1. Well, my dear friends, I think we had a pretty good fishing trip today, right? We've got a fish. And while the fish is still alive, before we've had a chance to handle it too much, we're going to make sure to release it. Because the river has given us an incredible feeling of discovery today. The first fishing trip with a float rod this year. So we're taking this fish and going to release it together with you. Look at the scales on my hand after today's fishing, right? Well, we really did some fishing together. Not bad. Of course, we found open water. There's a spot where there's no ice at all, even near the shore. But unfortunately, there are no fish here. So we were fishing in a small little cove. Guys, I want to tell you something about bream and roach. Sometimes they turn red. That is, sometimes their blood vessels burst and they turn red. Over time. But this happens if you fish, say, with a feeder as a rule. At a great depth like 8-10 meters, you pull the fish up from the depths. And from this difference that it changes depth so quickly, yes. It bursts, it turns into capillaries, but it wasn't deep here. I don't know, maybe it's the weather, maybe the pressure, or something else in nature. So while it's still alive, let's go ahead and release it. For the fact that we're releasing it now. Swim, come on. Roach, all of them are alive today. We don't have any dead ones. The water is cold. The fish swims away really fast. Even though it's upside down, it's still swimming. Even the bream are beautiful. And look how nice they are. Whoa. And it just swam away right away. Overall, the opening turned out really well. I thought I would catch more, but you know, just 5 fish in a whole day. Plus the snow started to fall, the weather is around 0, and there's a little breeze. Well, everything turned out pretty good. Thanks to the river for this fishing trip. Thank you to everyone who watched until the end, guys. You are the best viewers and subscribers. Peace to everyone, goodness to everyone. I'm going to pack up and head home, put away the gear. Do you remember that in spring fishing, the most important thing is delicate gear? Delicate gear, bait, good bait. As I told you, in this case, we used garlic bait. Of course, luck. Luck is essential, and the spot. The fishing spot is the most important thing. If there are no fish, no matter how much you feed them or what you do, you won't catch anything. So the key is to have a good spot, Here